Mr. Speaker, I'd now like to turn the time over to my colleague from Arizona, Mr. Ron Barber, for his remarks.
Thank you, Congresswoman, and thank you for bringing us together this evening on this important topic. I represent 85,000 veterans in my district, one of the largest communities of veterans in the country. My father was a veteran of World War II, of Korea and Vietnam. He would be appalled if he were alive today to see what has been happening at the Veterans Administration in our state and in other parts of the country. And I'm really proud that this Congress has taken action to address those concerns, to give the Secretary the authority he needs to address those concerns. Mr. Speaker, nearly a decade and a half of brutal conflict overseas has taken its toll on our men and women who serve in the armed forces. I was in Afghanistan about 3 months ago, and I saw the conditions under which our military operate. The stress is immense. Everywhere you go, there's a threat. Extended deployments, multiple deployments has taken its toll on people we have sent to protect our country and to fight the battles we asked them to fight. It's estimated that perhaps as many as 500,000 veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan will return home when all is said and done with serious wounds, the wounds that are signature wounds of this conflict or these conflicts, post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury. Military service creates a culture that demands that our soldiers are tough. And the culture can also prevent many of our service seeking the help they need. And as a result, they are left to face the ghosts of war alone. The suicide rate among our country's brave servicemen and women and veterans is at a frightening level. Some estimates have shown that as many as 22 veterans take their own lives every day. We must combat military and veteran suicide with the same conviction that we take on the enemy of war, because it's killing our men and women in and out of uniform. And we must wage a well-funded, well-planned campaign to fight this heartbreaking epidemic. I have been pushing for better access to health care for our veterans since I came to Congress almost 2.5 years ago. One of the first bills I introduced was the Veterans Health Access Act to ensure that veterans could get the mental health care that they needed in communities without having to endure long commutes and even longer wait times at VA facilities. Government dysfunction cannot be the enemy of our service members and veterans, and we must do more to cut the red tape that has kept our veterans from top-quality mental health care. I'm pleased that the VA bill that we passed allows the VA to contract out for services close to where the veteran lives. This is essential, particularly for treatment of mental health issues. Mr. Speaker, we must do more for those who have borne the brunt of war. We must come together, Congress, the administration, the healthcare community, mental health experts, to build upon a plan that will help our veterans who have served this nation so courageously and yet may still be suffering. Again, I want to thank the gentlelady from Arizona for bringing us to the House floor this evening, and I stand ready to work with her and all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to do what we can for our not only in Arizona, but nationwide. I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Barber, for your commitment to supporting veterans in Arizona.